In this video, we're going to show you how to replace the trailing arm bushing on your Ford Focus. This will be located in the rear of the vehicle, behind the wheel. Let's get started. Using a 19mm socket, remove the 4 lug nuts. Remove the wheel. Remove the trailing arm bushing bolts using a 15mm socket. Loosen the rear eccentric bolt for the control arm. In my case, these are going to be two 19mm. Loosen the nut. Install the jack under the lower control arm. Using a 15mm socket, remove the bolt for the lower control arm. Remove the bolt. Lower the jack. This is going to be under pressure. Be careful. Once there's no more tension on the spring, you can move your jack, let the arm drop, and you can remove your spring. We're going to use a jack and go right under the shock mount. We're going to jack the shock up. We're going to go to about there. Grab the end of the trailing arm and pull straight down. Using a block of wood, we're going to place it in between the pinch weld and the body. And this is going to hold our arm down for us. It'll be able to wiggle slightly, but mostly secure. On the new and old bushing, you're going to have these flat spots on either side. I'm going to mark the flat spots on the new bushing. We're going to draw legs that are coming down right off of those flat spots. We're going to mark the flat spots on the old one and transfer them to the trailing arm. When we install the new bushing, we're going to be looking to line these up so that the bushing is clocked correctly. Do this on either side of the bushing. We're going to take the insert out of our bushing. Ours is completely gone, so it can spin. We're just going to spin it and push it and pull it out. If yours doesn't wiggle freely, don't worry about removing it. At this point, you can use a ball joint press and use 2 cups on either side, push it through, or you can use an air hammer, peen the edge over, and push it through. We're going to be using an air hammer. Using an air hammer with a chisel bit, we're going to chisel up into the side of the bushing. We're going to peen it up and make the bushing smaller. Remove the bushing. Using a wire brush or a piece of sandpaper, go around and clean the inside of the trailing arm. You don't want to take any material off, you just want to get the rust out. Take a bit of multi-purpose grease, grease the inside. Install the bushing. Be sure that you line your marks up. We're going to use a trailing arm bushing installer tool and install it around our trailing arm. Install the cup onto the bushing. Get everything nice and centered. Install the trailing arm bushing. Go until it bottoms out. remove the tool, pull down on the trailing arm, remove the piece of wood, remove the jack under the knuckle, push the trailing arm up into place and get the bolt started. Get these bolts started by hand so you make sure they're not cross-threaded. Snug the bolts down. Torque the trailing arm bolts to 82 foot-pounds. Install the spring into the control arm. Be sure that it's clocked correctly and that the tail is sitting in that groove. Push it up to the top isolator. Make sure it's sitting in. Install the jack under the control arm. Go up on the jack and push the arm into the knuckle. Use a soft face hammer to tap the knuckle down to meet the control arm. Get the holes lined up and install your bolt. With the jack under our rear suspension, putting it at curb height, we're going to torque the cam bolt to 66 foot-pounds. Remove the jack. Torque the outside bolt to 66 foot-pounds. Install the wheel. Get the lug nuts started. Snug down the lug nuts. Torque the wheels to 94 foot-pounds in a cross pattern. Once you're done with this job, take your car to a local shop and have them do an alignment.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.